Hey team, welcome to your May 2026 Bamboo Review video. We're going to cover all of the kickboxing and all the self-defense that are on your sheet. Now we're going to go in the exact same order as what is on your sheet. So if you look at the sheet and you practice, you'll know what to do. And if you coordinate that with this video, you will extra know what to do. The first combination we're going to start with is our Pro Combination 1, which is our hook punch flurry. So this is 16 hook punches happening in these different directions. One thing I want to say is when I'm moving closer to my left foot, which is in this case forward, I'm going to go left foot first. When I move closer to my right foot, which in this case happens to be backwards, I go my right foot first. So it's not just about the directions that you move, but I do want to see proficiency in how you move your feet, coordinating with those directions. So with that in mind, let's go straight to it. So first one is just 2 hook punches in place. 1, 2. Now we do 2 to the striker's forward. 1, 2. Now I do 2 going backward. 1, 2. Striker's left. 1, 2. Striker's right. 1, 2. Counterclockwise. 1, 2. Clockwise. 2. And then 2 as a surprise. 1, 2. And I don't know where those ones are going to be. So that would be one set of that. Let's go and switch positions and we'll do it again. Now, one other thing I want to talk about is that of the 2 parts, a step and a drag, the punch should happen on the step, whether that's a forward step or a backward step. The punch happens on the step. Okay, let's run through all 16 of those punches again. So I have 2 in place. Forward. Backward. Striker's left. Striker's right. Counterclockwise. Clockwise. And 2 as a surprise. And that's Pro Combination number 1. Pro Combination 2 is the preemptive front kick combo. This one starts at a range where somebody's already in your space, not somebody who's advancing towards you, but they're already there, right? They're making aggressive comments or motions or gestures or threats or something like that. And so in that case, we're encouraging you to throw the first strike. So I'm going to start over here, so I have plenty of space for this one. And he's already at this kind of range where I could almost touch him with my knuckles. That's about where this one starts, a little closer, about like here. Okay, so the combination starts from a, hey, I don't want to fight. Please leave me alone. Please back away, kind of a position situation. I'm going to go with my front leg, push kick, and then I do 4 advancing straight punches. Jab, cross, and then we have a power hook. That's my right foot stepping and my left hand doing that power hook. And then I'm going to Cuban shuffle to the side to get next to him. You'll see that maybe a little bit differently on this next angle. Am I still on screen? Okay, same thing at about this kind of range, a little closer, about there. And that's why we kick with the front leg as opposed to the back leg. So right, we're here at this kind of range, front leg, push kick, and then jab, cross, power hook, and Cuban shuffle. Let's go one more time. This one will be a continuous thing. He's starting at about reaching with my knuckles kind of range, front leg, push kick, jab, cross, power hook, Cuban shuffle to the side. And that's Pro Combination number 2. Pro Combination 3 is way more of a self-defense or grappling situation, not so much a kickboxing situation. So there's no strikes thrown in this entire thing. So we're learning to deal with somebody bear hugging you from behind under your arms. Okay, so there's that bear hug. Very first thing is I'm going to get my hips down and then forward, right? In order to pick me up, he needs his hips close to mine. And so I have to take that away from him. So I get my hips as forward and as far from him as I can within reason. If I can, I'm going to try to push my head back as well. And just by pushing my hips forward, I'm trying to put some strain on his grip. Now I'm going to break the grip. Generally speaking, we try to smash the thumb. If I can smash his thumb, it's really hard for him to hang on. Then I need a cross wrist grab. My right hand in this case is going to reach over the top of his arm. I want it to be above his elbow, and I grab my own wrist. And then I'm stepping to the side. Notice how his elbow is visible. I don't want to be like way out here on his wrist, where this is nothing. I want to be above his elbow and let his elbow bend. And then I just turn and I move his, in this case, his right hand to push it almost toward the back of his head. And for the sake of each other's safety, I'm going to go real slow. And once he puts his hands on the ground, we're going to consider the technique finished. Okay, let's do it again. Let's try that one from maybe this angle. So hips down, hips forward, head back. A lot of people want to look at the hands, but as soon as I look at his hands, my hips come back and my head comes forward. So I have to do this by feel. So hips are forward and my head's back, and I feel, again, I'm trying to smash toward his thumbs. Now I'm going to hand off, cross wrist grab. Reach over his arm on my own wristwatch, and then we turn, and I'll try to put his hand on the floor. Okay, let's do one more time. We'll go this way just in case that happens to be a better view. Very first thing, okay? Hips down, hips forward, head back. Don't look at it, just feel for it. Okay, now once we're here, you might temporarily grab both hands on the same side. That's fine, because I want to prevent him from re-grabbing his hands together. And that makes it easier now to get that cross wrist grab. Okay, come over, grab my own wrist. His elbow is visible, and we turn and put his hand on the floor. And that is pro combination number 3. Pro combination 4 is a standing guillotine defense to somebody shooting in for your legs. Now, the way we're going to make this one work is it's starting with a kickboxing combination where somebody then changes into a grappling scenario where we're now going to go for that guillotine. The guillotine grip is generally done with the arm that's doing the choke is going to be thumb up, and just my hand is open in this bladed position, and I grab at the blade of my hand or just above that at the wrist, whether that's going to be on my right side or on my left side. So we're going to get that across the neck. We squeeze it across the neck this way, squeeze your elbow back, and then we squeeze up. Okay, so all that's going to happen in the actual choke itself. The combination is I'm doing a blitzing jab cross, meaning that I step with my right and I jab with my left. So we jab, cross, modified tie clinch, that's palms together, ideally with no thumbs, and we throw one knee strike. Now from here, he's going to end up ducking under my arms, and he's shooting for my legs. Now, as soon as it happens, I have to transition quickly. So 2 things. I've got to get around his neck, and I need at least one of my legs to shoot back. So I have a wide, low base, making it difficult for him to grab my legs. And then from there, all that stuff we just talked about. Pull it across, squeeze my elbow in, and then I pull up for that standing guillotine. Okay, same thing on the other side. And that one, he happened to be on my left, so I choked with my left. On the next one, he's going to go the other side. Okay, so same thing. So we're doing that blitzing, jab cross, boom, right hand. Tie clinch, right knee. That's what I was getting at. Modified clinch, right knee. He's going to duck. Same thing. I've got to get around his neck. And that's not around this arm as well. It's only around his neck. And I get one leg way back, so it's hard for him to grab. Pull that across his neck, squeeze my elbow in, and then pull up for the guillotine. And that is pro combination number 4. Okay, pro combination number 5 is the hook leg sweep. This one starts with me throwing an offensive combination and him returning with a counter offensive combination. And I feel like in this moment I might be losing the firefight, and so I want to engage in a grappling situation instead. So it starts like this. I just go jab cross. Now he's going to throw a flurry of punches. I'm going to protect my head, and I can't stay here for very long for obvious reasons. So I'm going to choose to get inside and try to wrap my arms around his waist. Now, if I could, I would just try to fold him straight in half and put him on the ground. But sometimes that doesn't work. By the way, notice that I'm grabbing my hands together like this, palm to palm or S grip like this. That's going to be my strongest grips. I'm trying to put his head behind his hips. If I can't fully do that because he has a strong core, then I'm going to use one of my legs. Doesn't really matter which one. In this case, my right leg. Let's come away from the wall. I'm going to hook his leg from the outside in, and then just pull his leg away from him. So I lift his leg up, and then we just turn to the side. Makes it way, way easier to put him down. Now I've got to get past his legs, because if we stay here, he's going to get back to a guard situation. He's going to put his feet on my hips. He's going to kick me in the face, whatever. So as soon as I put him down, I got to get around his legs, push him to the side, and then we're going to get next to him. That might be like shin on the hip. That could be knee across his belly, or that could be just standing over the top of him, and we'll come down with a couple of powerful punches to the head. Could also be done as heel palms, and that'd be fine as well. Let's do that same thing facing the other way. So again, I start with my jab cross. He returns. So I protect my head. When I, as soon as I can, I'm going to step in, protect myself, be too close. I'm trying to put his head behind his hips, and if I can't fully put him down, now I'm going to hook his leg instead. In this case, with my right leg. So I hook, put him down, get past his legs, and then either downward punches or downward heel palms. And that's pro combination number 5. Our first self-defense scenario for this one is the wild punches scenario. Now, watch really carefully the way that Coach Radin holds the targets, because there's some certain things that kind of help this whole thing go really well and provide for targets in the right place at the right time and to be safe. So, on the first one, we're going to, we'll get both. We'll talk about the takedown and the restraint. On this first one, let's say I'll do the takedown. Okay, so he does his offensive wild swings. I'm going to protect my head. He's going to keep on swinging with that left arm, leaving this target here so I have something that I can get to. So I go my passive head shield, I turn that into an offensive head shield, I drop and I step in, elbow to the chest. And then from there, my combatives, I go throat strike, side palm, hammer fist, clinch and strike, side clinch. We're going 2 knees to the belly, 1 kick to the groin, 1 kick to the inside of the thigh. Notice again the way he held that was exactly right. So kick to the groin, kick to the thigh. Takedown on this one is going to be just the front or side pull down. I'm trying to pull him down toward the ground and toward me, going this way until I can put his hands down. Okay, let's do it again in the opposite direction. Okay, he throws those offensive punches. He keeps the left one going so I can drop, step in, elbow to the chest. Throat, side palm, hammer fist, side clinch, 2 knees to the belly, 1 kick to the groin, 1 kick to the inside of the thigh. And this one I'm going to go for the restraint, which is now my left arm coming underneath. I'm trying to pinch his wrist in between my shoulder and my ear. And then I'm trying to put downward pressure on his elbow. And if you wanted, you could even add from here a couple knees to the face as an addition to the restraint. And that's the wild swinging punch scenario. And the next self-defense scenario is a bear hug from behind over the arms, not to be confused with the kickboxing or the combat fighting combination we did where it was under the arms. Different thing, different responses we're talking about for this one. So the first time we're going to do this, I'm going to have Coach Radin demonstrate with both of his arms doing the bear hug, because in reality, that's how it's going to happen. But then that doesn't allow for me to have any actual targets to hit. And so like generally the way we do it is not this way. So he does his bear hug over my arms. Very first thing is I'm going to reach up and I'm going to pin his hands because I don't want him to come up and taking it from a bear hug into a choke. So from here, I would do all the combatives. I do my stomp to try to break the toes or break his foot, hammer fist to the groin, headbutt to his face, hips back, hips forward, and then I'm out and we'll talk about the rest. Now, the next 2 times we do it is going to be where he kind of does the bear hug, but immediately gives me a target on that side. And that kind of helps, of course, if you coordinated that with your partners. So bear hug over the arms from behind. I pin, same thing, stomp, hammer fist, headbutt, he gives me that target. Hips back, hips forward, I come around. Combative strikes. Kick the back of the leg, forearm strike across the face, hammer fist to the back of the neck, and a double palm strike to the ears. Now from here, I'll clinch and strike as I'm going a rear clinch, controlling both of his elbows, and we go 2 knees to the back of the thigh. The restraint on this one is the cutting edge choke. So I just come back up, and we're putting the bony part of your forearm right in front of the throat, keeping everything nice and tight. I don't want him to be able to turn inside my grip. So I put my head forward, and I'm just squeezing my wrist into the front of his throat. Very, very slow and very controlled so we don't actually hurt each other in training. Okay, one more time. Sorry, you're bear hugging me. Okay, this one will be with the takedown. We're going to have to turn on the end of that one. Okay. So very first thing, I'm going to pin, stomp, hammer fist, headbutt, hips back, hips forward, and come out. Combative strikes. Forearm strike, hammer fist, clap the ears. Okay, come down into that rear clinch scenario. 1, 2. Now, for the takedown, we're going to turn this way. So I'm going to come right back up, and in reality, I'm putting my fingers in his eyes. For today, I'm going to make sure I grab more at his forehead. I'm squeezing my elbows together, and I'm just pulling his head back to make him look up at the ceiling. And then he gets to do his own break fall, so I just start to walk backwards, letting him do his own break fall. That was very loud. And that's the takedown on that scenario. And that's the rear bear hug over the arms. So, team, you now have all the information you need, the kickboxing, the combat fighting, and the self-defense. You have your sheets, you have your video, practice in class, practice with your friends. You might want to take some time before class, after class, at your house to practice outside. So make sure you're ready for that test at the end of May. Team, that's it. Let's rock it out.